Sai Ram to all. Tonight's message is the path of human values, the only game changer. The path of human values, pioneered by Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, is the answer to all issues that modern world faces today. It encompasses every sphere of human life and is the essence of the entire spectrum of social, cultural, economic, political, and personal dimensions of human amelioration. Man is supreme creation of the universe. Bhagwan has refocused the attention of mankind on the missing point that the proper study of mankind is man himself. The basic understanding of the human being itself is important. Over a period of time, we have weaned away from this focus and made every aspect of human life more important than the human being himself. Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba urged man to correct his own perception when he said that the real foundation of understanding a human being should be on the basis that I am, and therefore I think, as against the erroneous foundation of I think and therefore I am. Human being is the prime creation of the universe and an amalgam of the three dimensions, that is, the body, the mind, and the spirit, and not merely the body and the mind, as is the common erroneous perception. Whether you see man from the religious perspective or from the scientific perspective, he is supreme. In every religion, man is perceived as a reflection of the Creator by whatever name you may denote this Creator. A Hindu is referred to as Divya Atma, and in Islam, man is referred to as Nure Kudha once again, as a reflection of the ultimate power. In Christianity, too, man is referred to as being one with God. Thus, in every religion, man is the image of God. The Hindu is exalted to live a life of mastery over his senses and realize his inherent divinity by moksha or liberation. The Muslim has to live his life befitting the day of judgment, and so does the Christian. Thus, human birth and human goals are both to be understood correctly. Grandeur of man emerges from human values. The 5 cardinal values of love, truth, righteousness, peace, and non-violence, emphasized by Swami, are the core of every human being and are beyond all the considerations of caste, color, creed, religion, language, or geographical boundaries. In fact, a human being devoid of these values is not a human being at all. The energy that sustains the entire creation is the value of love. It is the core of the existence of every human being too. What it manifests from within as thought, when it manifests from within as thought, it is the human value of truth. When this love from within, which is expressed as truth, is put into action, it is righteousness. When this sequence is maintained, man experiences peace. Thus, peace is the direct consequence of such right action. The most important fact to realize is that it is the energy of love that energizes a particular human, and as such, there is a sense of oneness, which will then manifest as the value of non-violence. The grandeur of man emerges when these human values manifest in his day-to-day life in the form of unity of thought, word, and deed. This unity is indeed defined as character in a human being, which is the need of the hour today. The world is in the grip of character crisis. There is a complete lack of unity of thought, word, and deed in every aspect of human life, be it personal life, family life, social life, financial affairs, or political arena. The worst perspective is that this holistic understanding is completely missing in the educational sphere. Education should never be for a mere living, but for life. Man today is driven completely by his senses, where instead of the human mind being an effective instrument of discretion, has become the master, driving the human being indiscriminately towards greed, anger, jealousy, selfishness, lust, etc. The need of the hour for man is to learn that he must master the mind and become a mastermind. Man has forgotten the art of positive discrimination before the mind prompts and the hands act. This discrimination stems from the core of human consciousness, which is the energy of love inherent in man. When all actions are tested on the touchstone of human values and oneness of all beings. Man today does not know the true art of living life, where he can win the constant war of the mind and the inner voice of consciousness. This should have been the main goal of education. The United Nations, whose supreme goal was peace in the world, started well when identifying that peace could be attained through education in schools as set out in its charter. It got a great fillip when Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba gave the message of human values as the basis of education system. He declared that the end of education must be character. He elucidated that human being is a reflection of divinity, and the main purpose of life is to realize this inherent divinity and the oneness of all creation. This, he declared, was to be achieved through education. He insisted that education in human values must permeate in an integrated manner in the knowledge of every dimension of human life, and must start right in the early years of schooling. The children in the impressionable age of schooling must be introduced to the experience of the power within. The children must be made of the power of thoughts and their consequent actions and results. The development of the child must cater to all the three dimensions of the body, mind, and spirit. The ability to develop positive thoughts and negate the negative thoughts must be cultivated in the early years in school. Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba established a pedagogy of the 5 teaching techniques of meditation or silent sitting, prayers, group singing, storytelling, and group activities as the basis of value education. Prayer and meditation would help the child to connect to his inner core of energy and learn to utilize it, besides developing his concentration and memory power and understanding the nature of his mind over a period of decades in school. Group singing would develop the sense of unity and oneness and also bring in lofty thoughts. Storytelling would help ingrain noble thoughts in the mind and bring awareness of success stories of value-based lifestyles. The group activities would help enforce belief in values by experiencing them in action. Thus, the child, by the time he is through, the school should be trained to pause before every action and take guard from the conscience within. This Bhagwan called 3HV, or the values of unity of head, heart, and hand. We are grateful to Bhagwan for the gift of this priceless path. All the activities of the Satya Sai mission are directed towards helping mankind achieve this experience of realizing their inherent divinity and manifesting human values in day-to-day life. All Sri Satya Sai institutions, from the formal schools to colleges, are foremost examples of institutions that follow this principle of human values. In the non-formal education pattern of Sri Satya Sai Balvikas, also human values are the core. In the last several decades, millions of students have passed out of the entire system of formal and non-formal education. They are well placed in different spheres of life and are bringing about change that is most required to bring peace and happiness in the world. The entire Sri organization in the world works on the motto of transforming self to transform the world. There is hope because there is our Master Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And in closing, I'll leave you with a quote from Baba. He says, "Students, boys and girls, together with an academic education, you have to acquire wisdom and a sense of right and wrong. Knowledge without wisdom, scholarship without determination, music without melody, learning without humility, a society without discipline, friendship without gratitude, speech without truth, all these are utterly useless. Hence, Swami says, everyone should seek to follow the correct